Good morning out there in Pip Town. How are we doing today? I am sorry for being a couple minutes late. The tea was taking a little bit longer to heat up than I expected it to, which is to say it was taking exactly the same amount of time as it always takes. I just started it late. Sorry. But we are here now, and we have a couple of pieces of information to go over. So, let's go ahead and get started here. Jester, Cosmic, Extreme, the amazing Yonamen! Hello guys, what's up? What, the amazing Yonamen BFDI fan 1234 HD. What's up? That is such a long title. Well, I mean, what's up, dude, first off. But wow, that is such a long title to appear in the chat. The name is so long that your name goes on to 2 lines on my computer. Anyway, you forgot the exclamation mark. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I did. Okay, what do we have going on today? As you guys know, last Friday, Waff started a new thing where he was going to come on around noon New York time and answer some questions for us. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to answer every question, because there are some things that they're playing very close to the chest, close to the vest, I think is actually how that expression goes. But we were able to ask a few questions yesterday and get some answers. So before we actually log in and do our daily chores and all that, we're going to go through and see what it is that we asked and the answers we received. In the future, I forgot the exclamation. Oh. Yes, thank you, Cosmic. In the future, if you have questions that you want us to make sure to ask of the designers and developers, and you're not sure if we're going to ask them, then Thursday on my stream is the best time for you to make me aware of those. I can make sure that your questions get to the designers and developers on Friday during our chit-chat time with Waff. And yeah, hopefully that means that we can get the answers to the questions that you guys really want to know. Now, usually we know what most of those questions are anyway, so I have a feeling that we're getting most of them covered, but I've given enough dilly-dallying, time for log into the stream, for time for people to log into the stream so that we can go through those without necessarily missing a whole bunch. So let's go ahead and go over there. So again, this is all in the content creator channel. So I'm not going to show you the channel because that's not how it works, but I will read through the channel the things that are of interest at this point. Let's see, what else do we have? Am I a developer on the game? No, I am not a developer. Yomaman, there we go. I am not a developer, Yomaman. I am a content creator. There are about 12 of us. In case you don't know the difference, content creators are just community members who have been making content for about Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed. We play the game just like you do. We do not get paid by the company. This is just something we do for fun. But a couple of months ago, the Gameloft decided to initiate a content creator program where they essentially officially recognized certain members of their player base who were creating content on the regular that they supported and wanted to continue to support, and made them content creators, official content creators. As a part of that, we get access, a little bit more access to the designers and developers than the rest of the community does. So we can ask questions, get information a little bit ahead of time so that we can make content that is relevant to what they're doing and essentially help disseminate information amongst all of you guys. It also helps to ensure that our videos are relevant, making sure that we can make videos about upcoming patch notes and character releases, things like this, so you know what to be prepared for. So if you want to start pooling resources or moving around in different areas of the game, that you know a little bit more ahead of time what you need to prepare for. So that's what the content creators are for. That is what we do. Some of us are developers in our own daily lives, but not for Gameloft. None of us work for Gameloft. Let's see. You should check out my channel. I just started making a Lego Legacy video. Well, Yamaman, if you would like to, throw a link into the chat where people can go and watch your video. I haven't watched it, so anybody out there who goes to Yamaman's link, do so at your own risk. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, dude, absolutely. Feel free to throw a link in there to where people can go watch your video if you want. And let's go through our discussion with WAF yesterday. So most of these questions came from Sicko, and so that's where most of the responses were tailored. But the first one was a question about the part 1 and part 2 of the space update. A lot of people were assuming that space and raids are basically part 1 and part 2 of the same update. That is, in fact, incorrect. That the space update and the raid update were always meant to be separate. Now, that had been confused for a couple of reasons. One, because the raid update was initially slated to come a little bit sooner. And two, because the raid update is going to be space themed. But other than that, the two updates are completely separate. That space and raids are completely separate. I'm not honestly sure why that matters. I mean, if the content comes out, then the content comes out. I don't know if it matters whether or not it's a part 1 and a part 2, but for those of you who were concerned about that, we do have official declaration that it is not part 1 and part 2. They are two separate updates. And then, what's up with the Apple thing? So you guys have seen that some of the characters require this fancy Apple III plan that seems impossible to get, except in the attacker event that is only available once every few days and doesn't always drop the fancy Apple Plan 3. But it does always drop all the rest of the rewards. So people were very confused because they were completing this event and they were getting all of these rewards except this one, even though it looked like they should have been getting this one as well. We do have WAF has basically confirmed for us that this is a bug of some kind, although they're not entirely sure what kind of bug it is. Either it's a bug in that it is supposed to be giving you this fancy Apple III plan every single time, and it's not, so it needs to be fixed, or it's a bug in the way that it's listed, and it is actually not supposed to give you that plan every time, even though it's listed like it should. So, the short answer to what is up with this fancy Apple III plan is they're looking into it. Because at the very least, it is not functioning exactly the way they want it to. So they are looking to fix it. And now, if you go into the known issues section of Discord, then you can actually see that this is the latest thing that they have commented on. That they are looking at this fancy Apple III plan situation, and they are making some changes to that. So, there you go on that one. I missed your comment. Extreme has some news. Unlocked Lloyd last night. Congratulations, Extreme. You are on your way to a stealthy ninja team. A good team. A team that continues to be good with every single update, as Sicko also pointed out, and we'll get to here in a second. But congratulations, man. Lloyd is a great tank character and still quite useful, even after the space update and the Ghostbusters. Also, the raid is going to be the next update. Yomaman, that does seem to be the plan. There might be a minor patch here or there before the raid comes out, but yes, the next major update will be the raid, and it seems like they are pushing quite hard for it to come out before Halloween. It is supposed to be space themed, but it seems like there's this new spooky character that they're trying to introduce, this ghost character that you guys have heard about. So it looks like they're trying to push pretty hard to get it out before Halloween. Again, this is the soon thing that we've gotten used to them saying, right? So what does soon mean? It means it's next, but we don't actually know when it's coming. And now you subbed me. Thank you, Yoma Man. Yes, I appreciate it. All right. Next questions that we had were basically just talking to Waff. How was your week? What are you doing, dude? And he said, I'm very cool. And we were like, yes, you are very cool. Boring stuff. Moving right along. Okay. So, next question, again, most of these questions again from Sicko. Is there anything happening with the Chill team anytime soon? Waff said yes. There will be something happening with the Chill team, but we don't know what it's going to be. We don't know if it's a Chill pack or if there is an event that is Chill themed, but we do know that there is definitely a Chill themed something coming into the game pretty soon. So if you are interested in that Chill team, that's going to be, at least at the moment, Kelvin, Commander Cold, Zane, Yeti, and Aurora. Those are your Chill characters in the game right now. If that is a team that you are interested in running, probably with the Ice Station Odyssey, then it might be smart to be farming those characters if you haven't already. So far, they have not performed as well as we wanted them to, so it might actually not matter very much. But there's some news for you. Can we get a sneak peek at Ghost? We will be getting a sneak peek at the Ghost next week, according to Waff. So be on the lookout for content. Look out for content from the content creators. Wow, the word content, just way too many times there. Be on the lookout for videos about the Ghost, what his abilities are going to be, probably, maybe how he's available. Not entirely sure what, but we will be getting a sneak peek at the Ghost next week, so be on the lookout from your content creators for stuff about that. Will there be other things in the Halloween update besides the Ghost? The answer is kind of yes. Waff said that the Ghost will be the main part, but there will be other thematic things. I'm thinking expect another Pip Town takeover like we saw for some of the ones before, like the Ghostbusters that got slimed everywhere. So be on the lookout for that one. Then Sicko mentions that Space's viability in the arena has been very lackluster, especially because their AI seems to be pretty bad, and is there going to be any change? Waff basically just said that he was going to ask the designers about that. It is no secret that a full Space team has been performing badly, has been performing less. Underwhelmingly, you know what I'm getting at here. The Space team has not been performing as well as people expected it to. It hasn't really broken through any of the metas in the game, and people are kind of disappointed in that, actually. It is kind of nice that every update doesn't necessarily lead to a total meta shift, but in this case, there are no new Space characters in any of the top tier arena teams. No one seems to be using them to get through Brickspedition any easier than they had been before. And those are the only two main content areas in the game worth pushing and trying out new teams. So it looks like the designers and developers are very aware of this issue, and I think they're trying to figure out exactly what to do with it. Now again, the Space update was designed to make the Space characters more plug and playable. So you create your team of, say, 3 or 4, and then you plug in a Space hero there and there and there in order to make them useful. We'll see what happens with this one. New character. Why not release events to unlock characters that you can't get currently? So Extreme, it's kind of both, actually. So the characters that you can't currently get, those would be basically like... okay, so there's certain characters that you can't get at all anywhere. And these characters are the ones, obviously, that need to be released into the game through unboxed events or master events, that kind of thing. So those are going to be your Master Woos, your Clockwork Robots, that kind of deal. And they are designed very much that way, in order to give people new and different ways to unlock content at new and different paces. Now, there are also certain characters that are hard to get, but that is also intentional. So Kartovsky and Willa only being farmable at the moment in the Master Store is intentional. Whether or not it's good, whether or not the pace is right for your ability to unlock those characters is a completely different issue. But at least as far as things like the Master Store are concerned, the devs wanted to make sure that even if you wailed on the game, you still had somewhere to go. Because if you can just pay this money to get everything in the game, then you're very quickly going to lose interest in the game because you have nothing left to get. So there are certain characters that are unavailable or very hard to obtain on purpose, and that is to continue this sort of progressive interest in the game, even from the people who are already spending a lot to it. If there is a particular character that you're having a hard time getting, or that you think should be available, let us know. Either we can tell you how it is best, or how you can most easily farm that character, or if you actually should probably abandon hope on that character because you can't get it at all. But that's sort of the idea there. I hope that makes sense. Did they say something about Admiral Nonsuch? Jester, no, they did not say anything about Admiral Nonsuch. Will Admiral be unlocked as a raid character or an unboxed character? We do not know, but probably a master event is what I would assume. I don't think the Imperials have had a master event yet, and I think Admiral Nonsuch is going to be kind of in that master category. If any of the other content creators are on right now and can correct me on that, please do so. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen there. Okay, then Sicko brings up the Ninjagos seem to get stronger with every patch while still having room to grow, and counters to the Ninjago team are far more impossible to get, especially if you're free to play. For example, Ghostbusters and Kartovsky. What is the stance on this? And Waff said, and this is actually kind of exciting for a lot of people, that he's hoping that this is going to change soon, especially because they are planning on rerunning the Ghostbusters event sometime soon. So I have mixed feelings about this in particular. If you wailed out on Ghostbusters, chances are you were able to get them to 5 or 6 stars and maybe unlock Slimer. If you didn't unlock Ghostbusters, then rerunning the event a second time is still only going to enable you to get them to like 4 stars. I mean, I spent all of my currency for that event on Winston and still only got him to 3 stars, 1 tile away from being able to upgrade him to 4 stars. But I can't see how running the Ghostbusters event another time is going to help with the countering of stealthy characters like the Ninjago, unless, again, you want to wail even harder than you did before. Now, there are certain people out here who are kind of excited for this. The Llama, as you guys well know, has a full 6-star Ghostbuster team, and I'm sure she's loving the fact that Ghostbusters are coming back. And if you can get Ghostbusters at 7 stars, good for you. You can fight off the ninjas pretty readily. But that is definitely not a free-to-play team, even after they rerun the event a second time. That, combined with the fact that we don't actually know when it's going to happen, we just know it's on their radar to come soon. So if you're looking forward to getting more Ghostbuster tiles, there you go. It is coming your way. Otherwise, it looks like they are aware that the ninjas are still a problem, but I think that they have a bunch of other things on their plate right now. Bringing out raids seems to be the most important thing to them, and I think for good reason, and I support that decision. But what it means is that fixing the stealth meta for real kind of is on the back burner. So after 4 months of the pirate meta, he wants it to be longer. Wait a minute. Oh, Sicko is always complaining about Ninjago just because his shard is only 80% pirates, not 95% pirates. You know, I understand where you're coming from, Cosmic. I mean, you're right. And what's up, Theo? I see that we just said hello to you, but I didn't see you come in here. And Tio as well. Oh, Tio. Hello, Tio. How are you doing? Let's see. Farming Quincy. Ninjas are only a problem in Brickspedition. So Cosmic, yes, this is what I was going to get to. The ninjas are only a problem in the Brickspedition, and this is actually something that was kind of brought up as well. So let's get back into it because that was another question that got asked. Brickspedition still seems to be very hard despite the latest patch notes saying the difficulty was reduced. What are your thoughts on this? So Waff told us that the difficulty was in fact scaled down. And the truth is, we have actually seen this. Exa then pointed out what I have actually seen myself, which is essentially that the first half of every Brixpedition map has definitely gotten easier. You'll notice that there are a lot more, if you're level 50, 51, 52, you'll notice that the first half of all of the boards, including even the 7th board, is dominated by teams that are below level 50. Some teams that are below level 40, and even some teams below level 30 on your first day. So it looks like they kind of smoothed out the ramping difficulty of Brixpedition. So it starts very, very easy, and then the second half of the board definitely gets harder. What it seems is completely unchanged is the final 2 nodes of every board. Those are just as difficult as they were before. The problem with this is that the problem I think people had with the Brixpedition difficulty was only the final nodes. It wasn't the halfway nodes. It wasn't the ones at the beginning of the level. People were getting through those perfectly fine. It's the ninjas at the end of the day 7 every single week, without exception, that people really, really, really don't like. And I feel like this would be an easy thing for them to fix. They just haven't. And the biggest problem with this is completing Brixpedition events is tied to some of the achievements to unlock Magisto tiles. It also is a source of some currency in the game. It gives you tiles of different sets that you might want. So it's kind of an issue to always know that you are going to fail on the end of an entire week of Brixpedition. And if you fail to do it, then you have to wait an entire 7 more days for one attempt at getting a little bit further into the achievements to complete Brixpedition events. So it has this very, very long cycle with this incredibly difficult team at the end. If you have the team to use to counter the ninjas, great. This has never been particularly hard for you, and this comment is irrelevant to you anyway. But for most people, those ninjas at the very end have always been a problem and now continue to be. Because despite the fact that they've lowered the difficulty of Brixpedition, they only lowered the difficulty in the areas of Brixpedition that no one was worried about anyway. So swing and a miss, Gameloft, on that one. Now, I think it's okay for you to not always complete a Brixpedition. The problem is when you always fail to complete the Brixpedition, which is the camp that a lot of people find themselves in. It's very difficult for me to complete Brixpedition every week, and I can usually only do it if I'm lucky enough to get buff immunity for my 7th board, because I don't have a good ninja counter team. And it's a big pain in the butt to know that every single week I'm going to be seeing that ninja team right at the end. So I think the best way to fix this would be for them to get together and just make like 100 different teams, because they don't want to let it be completely random, and that's fine. So instead, just sit together in a room and put together 100 different teams of 5 characters and just throw them in randomly. And then if you want to adjust their levels and gear levels and things like that to help adjust difficulty, like, fine. But make the Brixpedition a sort of controlled randomness. So you've already vetted what teams we're going to see, but where we see those teams is completely random. So sometimes you might get a week that is very, very difficult, but that might be followed up by a week that is very, very easy. Also, it will make the content different from time to time, which I think is even more important and something that they should really consider doing. And throwing in a random number generator to pick through this array of teams that you've already created should be relatively easy to do. I don't know. It seems like a simple fix to me, and I'm very, very surprised that they haven't done it, but whatever. Let me go back to you guys here for a second. Speaking of the Admiral, will he get a rework? So the Imperials are slated to get a rework. However, we have no idea when. Everybody is aware that the Imperials are relatively weak. Even though you can't create a full Imperial team, we do see one every week in the Brixpedition, and it is the full Imperial team. And everybody just mows it down every single week. So yes, the Imperials are on the slate to get a rework. However, don't expect it anytime soon. I imagine that the Imperial rework and Admiral Nonsuch's release will probably coincide, but probably not before the end of the year. At least that's my prediction. Is raids coming in mid to late October? I thought they were waiting until November. Jester, it's unclear. We know that they are doing a Halloween event for sure. We know that is going to be, I think, the master event where you need to use your space characters to unlock the ghost. There's so much information, it's hard for me to keep track of. But it seems like they're also really pushing to get raids released within the month. If it doesn't happen until Thanksgiving, I wouldn't be shocked. Thanksgiving, by the way, because I know some of you are not American, and Thanksgiving is an American holiday. Thanksgiving is the third week of November for us. So I think they're trying to push it before Halloween or during Halloween, but it would not shock me if they didn't release it until November. So I wouldn't start holding your breath yet, but you could be very right. Check your shard to see how much ninja there is. Cosmic, I will do that for you in a second here. Extreme needs Egon unlocked. Yes, Egon is a very, very good character. All of the Ghostbusters are pretty good if you have all four of them, or a team to match them with, but whatever. Did you see the ghost hunting event? So they have not released any information to us yet, but they might next week for the ghost hunting event. Sinister Desert Outlaw is dead. Let's see. When is the next Q&A going to be? We don't know. This is just sort of the content creator Q&A that we get on Friday. They haven't announced, I don't think, when the next open Q&A session is going to be. Yeah, I did miss a lot of messages. It is very, very hard for me to go through content and read them all at the same time. One of the things that I'm going to have to plan on next is getting a moderator in here who can give me all of these, who can go through this chat and make sure that I'm on top of all of the things that come in. If my Lil stream gets popular enough that I need that, that's actually what I'm hoping for. I really would like to expand this whole thing. All right, so let me go in here. You want to see how many of the people in my shard are running ninja teams. I will tell you that it is relatively low, actually. I have looked through the leaderboards several times, and you will not see a lot of ninja teams in my shard. Team number 1, Galactic Club Thug, followed by Sweet Universe Rover and Silver Street Knight. You'll notice that we've got the Pirates and Woo here at the top, just sticking it out. We've got this sort of half spooky team with people who've unlocked Gorwell and Egon, Yuppie. Here's one full ninja team, with Garmadon at number 5. But other than that, not a lot. I mean, scrolling through, we just see a lot of pirates. We see a couple of space characters smattered in here and there. Some castle teams, but none. I mean, so let's go through the top 50. So far, we've seen one Ninjago team. Somebody had DigiJ on their team, but no other ninjas. Yeah, so the top 50 on my shard, only one ninja team. And it is a full ninja team, and it is a powerhouse of a team. But to your point, Cosmic, only one. And what do I think the future of LEGO Legacy Unboxed is as a content creator? Well, that's a difficult question to answer, Extreme. I think that we have a lot to wait and see about. When the raids come out, I think that is going to be a major update and a major change to the game. Hopefully all for the better, but more interactivity with guilds is going to, I think, could only be a good thing. There are certain guilds that will fall apart because they don't have the organization to keep going, but that's always the case. And unfortunately, that's a necessary evil to releasing those things. As a content creator, my hope is that things continue to get more formalized, actually, so that when they're making updates, there's a more formal release of patch notes to the content creators at regular intervals before those updates go live. So when a content creator does give you content about an update that is about to go live, you know that it's going to be 1 week from that day, that kind of a thing. That's what I really hope we see. Now let me go back to this Q&A for a second, because there were a couple other things. WAF had mentioned some interest in going on the Escape podcast. Is it still on the table? And the answer is yes. If you are not already, watch the Escape podcast. It is an excellent podcast with Paul and the Llama, where they go over not only Lego Legacy stuff, but a lot of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes stuff and a few other games that they cover on there. But they do interview people on their show, and WAF will be coming on that show, I think Thursday night. Yes, it looks like this Thursday night, WAF is going to be interviewed on the Escape podcast. Now, the Llama and Paul you should wait for them to confirm that. I'm basically just doing advertising on their behalf at this point. But if you do want to see, one, what WAF actually looks like, and two, hear what he has to say when he's put under the gun to answer questions, then tune into the Escape podcast on Thursday. Usually they do it at, I think, 8:30 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So follow them if you don't already, and they can update everybody on when that's going to come. And I think those were the major updates from yesterday. So a lot of like theoretical information coming out. And whew, kind of a lot to talk about in order to not accomplish very much. You know what I mean? So, Yoma Man, did City get an update? No. And will there be another one? Yes. There will be another City update, they have said, but it will not be until next year, 2021. They do know that that City team desperately needs a rework, as literally every single person who has tried to play a City team has failed, unless you are running the Ice Glider with Explorer Aurora, in which case you're kind of locked into using one and only one combination of City characters, despite the fact that there's like 12 of them, and that's obviously not something they like. So yes, the City team is getting a rework, but it will not be for several months. So if you're looking at farming that team, I would honestly just say don't right now. All right, let's come into the game and collect from some of the things we've already completed today. Woke up this morning, had my full campaign energy and monolith energy, so we make sure that we go through and use those because we don't want to be wasting them. It is now after 9 o'clock, so we will get our energy refresh and come in and finish everything else out. I started with Commander Cold tiles, so now I'm going to go in and grab my Burnibus because he allows me to complete the Glyph Hunt requirement for the day. Glyph Hunt. See if we get any Burnibus tiles. I still need, what, 124 of them? And I got one more, so now I need 123 of them. I will spend 50 gems twice, as per usual, to get this energy here. I will also do it for my monolith energy. Ooh, I forgot to use my event energy when I logged in for the first time this morning. So let's go through and complete these guys real fast. Oops, events was the wrong place for me to go. I want to go back into campaigns, back into Piptown United, find Commander Cold's first tile, done. Commander Cold's second tile over here, done. Come on, gimme them tiles. 0. Come on, give me at least 1. Otherwise, they really need to put that hidden counter in there, man. 4. Wow, a major Commander Cold pull for the day. Okay, now my energy is a little bit low to go through all of Jester Gogo's tile nodes at once. So instead, I will do the second of Burnibus's nodes. This requires 96 energy, a perfect amount to spend right here at the beginning. In the meantime, what new characters do I want to see introduced in the game at some point? The answer, Extreme, is the Aquanauts, which we actually know are supposed to be coming. We don't know exactly when, but the Aquanauts are, it looks like, possibly slated to enter the game before the end of the year. So be on the lookout for those. I loved the Aquanauts as a kid, and I actually used to play with the Lego sets in the pool. I advise against doing that because it's a really good way to lose all of your Lego pieces, and I lost several of them. But it was fun. Can I get Woo? Jester, we have answered this question for you before. The answer is yes. The next time Woo comes around, you should have absolutely no problem unlocking him. So do not fret. We got you covered. Extreme. So superheroes like Batman or Aquaman, what you have to remember is that intellectual property is owned by an outside company. So it's more than just Gameloft and Lego getting together to agree to release something. They would have to also make an agreement with DC Comics for Superman, Batman, and Aquaman, for example, to make sure that they are allowed to release that content. It's just harder to do. Will it happen? Probably at some point, but will it happen relatively soon? Probably not. We do know that there is another intellectual property coming into the game before the end of the year, similar to Ghostbusters. My bet, however, is that it is more 90s, 2000 nostalgia, similar to how the Ghostbusters were. Because one, the average age of the people spending money on this game is in their 30s, and those people remember that era very fondly. And in addition to that, those are the people who have the most money to spend. Wait, no. I already said that. But you get what I'm saying. So that's probably what you can expect. I doubt that we will get superheroes anytime soon, if I'm being particularly honest. Let's go in here into our Brick Pace event, spend our energy to get more Quincy tiles. This might be the moment where I unlock him. And it is! All right. We have unlocked a Quincy Toon. Assemble another character. Get me that much closer to getting 6-star Magist. Sweet. Dunzo. My CC is halfway to 4 stars, mainly thanks to the Quincy Brick Pace. Your CC? Oh, Commander Cold. There we go. I could get Woo to 6 stars because you have 6-star pirates. Cosmic. Good for you, dude. Do it. Let's come in here to the sets real fast. Make sure that we use some of these brick separators. Yes, Quincy is very good. You will notice, however, that he is going to sit on my shelf and collect dust because I am relatively uninterested, actually, in the space update, with the exception of certain characters that, oh my goodness, excuse me, seem to be falling outside the meta right now, which actually the whole space team is falling outside the meta right now. It remains to be seen what will happen when Jen Slate comes into the game. Remember that Jen Slate is also a classic space character, so there is a possibility of running the, what is it, the Space Explorer, the Space Shuttle set. I can't remember what the official name of it is. But with a second classic space character, it might make sense to start running that Space Shuttle set, which is farmable from the Monolith Waste. So there might be some people looking to do that. Might be a good thing to consider. Be on the lookout for some video footage of that from some of the other content creators who actually have that stuff unlocked. Grabbing more Princess Verta tiles. I want to work toward getting her up to 7 stars. Nothing for guild right now. Nothing for arena right now. Master conversions. I'm not doing anything with my master currency until I have like 200,000 of it. So it's going to be a long time until we get there. Yes, I have seen the same thing, Cosmic, that Quincy's heal is a bit unreliable, partially because it's just small. Support characters. Do I have enough support characters to clear this out? Level 60, gear level 7. Let's find out. I don't know if I've ever tried this one really. Okay, so Minor Clay, definitely going to be the weak link here. But I do have... The rest of this looks like it might be pretty good. Ooh, Jester Go-Go. Might want to put Jester Go-Go in instead of Primo. Because then I'll have a taunt who can heal other people. Yeah. All right, we're going to give this a shot with this team. If it doesn't work, I'm going to throw Jester Go-Go in here. Now, that Jester Go-Go and Magisto combination on a team is pretty powerful. Especially, and also Redbeard. I mean, just having Redbeard on the team at level 53, which is where I currently have him, with his set is going to be pretty ideal. Hopefully he just goes around dealing tons and tons of damage to everybody. Additionally, let's see, let them get through all of their turns. Ah, boo, Headley Taunt. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use Magisto's heal yet, because I'm going to use the Chef's heal. Now, let's go ahead and put attack up on everybody. I think Primo might be the right character to use here, especially because on his next turn, he's just going to shut down all of this taunting and all of this stealth, as long as he doesn't die. Now we got to heal him separately. Oh my goodness! Look at that, the single crit takes him down. Major boo earns, guys. Okay. Getting pretty heavily trounced there. That was, I think, just an unfortunate stroke of bad luck, really, that they targeted Primo so hard right from the beginning. So let's see if we can finish this one out and then come in and try to redo it, but without them just, like, absolutely demolishing Primo. See what happens. Yeah. Now, if we can get Verda out of the picture, and obviously we can take Basil out of the picture without much of a problem too, because there's no one to bring him back to life. I do want to keep my team alive, so we're gonna do here. Everybody has stealth again. Boo earns. Man. They definitely did change the AI a little bit, I have noticed. So the AI is much more prone to targeting characters that are already low on health than it used to be. That's for sure. It used to just be kind of random, and you could have someone on your team sit at, like, you know, 1 or 2 strokes away from death a number of times. But now, not so much. Once a character gets low, he is prime pickings. Also, I did not miss the fact that my Redbeard's ultimate missed again, because that's what it does. It misses like 50% of the time and is among the most aggravating things in the entire game. But yeah, it looks like I can very easily do this as long as I'm just not super unlucky enough that they knock out my Primo right at the beginning. So we're going to definitely come in here and do this again and try to get it gold starred at this top level. Additionally, it should help me unlock more Magisto tiles. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, dude. All right. Take you down. And there we go. Verda melted Primo. Yes, quite so much. All right, so we're just going to do it again. The exact same team we had before. We're just going to hope that they don't... There we go. We're just going to hope that they don't crush my Primo before he gets a chance to do his ultimate, which is what I need him to do, because then it puts everybody into stealth and locks them out from using their abilities, which means we can get to Verda right at the beginning and seriously cut down the amount of damage that it's possible for their team to do. Where's the counter, Redbeard? Come on. Where's the counter, Redbeard? Oy, oy, oy. Already unlucky. Let's get these heals off. Wow, they are really hammering away at my Redbeard now. Okay, fine. Well, now I gotta heal him. Now, if you don't mind, I would love to be able to come through here and actually start playing, please. Okay, we do have Primo coming around. Come on. Great. So, we're going to remove Headley's taunt and kick Verda out of stealth. Now, the hope is that we can take down Verda before we actually get any of the other stealths or taunts back up again. Take this, Verda. And that. Now. She gets a heal off. So now we're going to try to remove some turn meter from Basil. Oh, he resisted the turn meter removal. Wow, they just really don't want me to do anything useful. So now I have to actually throw in a taunt here. Can you hit? I know Verda has dodge up, but it sure would be nice. Okay, we get a hit, followed by a dodge. And another dodge. Oh my goodness. The dodge mechanic is the worst, guys. It's so bad. And then we wait for 40 years for Primo to get all of his courage. We're gonna have to heal him up while he still has the taunt on him. Alright, but luckily, Verda died of an excessive bomb overdose. So, can we keep Primo alive? That is our next question. We want to take Basil down while he has all of these, Okay, how are we looking now? We're actually looking okay. So I know that I'm going to get a dodge from somebody on Primo's ultimate because of his clumsy. Oof, but I think I still need to do it because it will hit everybody else. So, who's going to get the actual guaranteed dodge? Well, we got a lot of people that got to resist. Great. Now Primo is back alive again. The question, though, is... can we get another ultimate out of Primo? It will be huge, especially because he has 5 stacks of courage, meaning he will remove 100% turn meter from the enemy team. Now, I'm pretty sure... I don't remember who has their taunts and things available. Here we go. All right, so Lloyd has his stealth. Now we need to be careful because... oh, no. Because this is going to pop... this will pop Headley out of stealth, which will also lock him out of his abilities. Except that he resisted it. Jeez Louise! Come on! That was supposed to inflict the... that was supposed to lock him out. That was supposed to disarm him. Of course, it didn't, because why would anything work the way it's supposed to when I'm playing? It seems like that's against the rules. So now we continue to hammer down. I need Naya to come out of stealth. Come out of stealth, girl. I need to send you away. You're like the only person on the team who causes any trouble anymore. Get out of here. Okay. Great. She's gone. Thank goodness. This is like the real power, I guess, of all of these time bombs, is that these people can stealth all they want to, but it's not necessarily going to save them once the time bombs go off. Looks like we should be good to go here, though. We hit with the major part of the attack. Look at all of the resisting. Is it just me? I mean, they should have been running the fire station at this point. That's how many resists they've gotten. They'd all be full 5 stacks of courage, but we do manage to get out of here. So you can see the team that was used here. Redbeard, Cook Bart, Primo, Magisto, and the Chef. We have now gold medaled our tier 7 support mission, whatever it's called, Gear Challenge 2. That should give us another Magisto tile or two. Game Loft, take this dodge mechanic out of the game. Yes. Yes. Now, next one, can we complete tier 7 of, what is this called? The Scroll Challenge. Maybe. Not a lot of people on their team that deal tons of damage. And I get to use my full pirate team plus hiker. This team is all level 53 and does a lot of damage. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can get them out of the picture. After this, we do need to go into the Brixpedition for just a moment so that I can try out one of the new things that they are featuring in the Brixpedition right now, which is a new timed quest. So, keep your eyes peeled for that in just a second. We need to make sure that we keep our Cook Bart alive here. Yes, please counter her. Thank you. Cook Bart, heal yourself. Now we're basically out of heals. I do have the Captain Salty Seas. But first we just need to take everybody down. Oof. And now Argenta getting low, and there's very little we can do about it. Oh, I should definitely have been targeting Magisto this entire time. That was a mistake on my part that I wasn't doing that. Now, I'm actually going to use Salty Seas here because I just need Argenta to be a little higher on the health pool. That's fine. It means that we have a guaranteed dodge coming, which is a major bummer because it means that we can't use the captain's ultimate, although he countered. Excellent, took it away. Oh, and then we get an unlucky shot to Argenta to the face. And we have to come in here and finish this out without Argenta, meaning we're going to have to do this one again. I'm pretty sure we will be able to finish it out, though. All of their major damage dealers are done for. What's up, Brett? Nice to see you, bruh. Let's see. Okay, 4 characters left. This should stun King Brutus, and it does. Fantastic. I like it when the abilities work the way they say they're going to. We'll keep our hiker nice and healed up. Yes, we will definitely be able to finish this one off for sure. I'm going to auto battle my way out of this one. We will get the silver star here, most likely. And we do. There we go. All right. We're going to come in here and do it again because we want to get that gold star. But having completed tier 7 means yet again more Magisto tiles. Maybe swap Darwin for Valiant. Not a bad idea. I just like having Darwin in because Darwin deals a lot of damage. That's why I keep him in. But all right, let's put him in for Valiant and see what happens here. Selena is sad about Argenta. Don't worry, Selena, she's back. There she is right now with her red do-rag on. Okay, so once again, we're going to start with Basil the Batlord because otherwise he heals your entire team. So let's see how much damage it's going to take for us to get around and smash him. Whoop! Almost used my ability on the wrong person. Put it back on Basil. Your Valiant is only 5 stars. Yes, that is very true. I have stopped farming Valiant because there are a lot of other characters that are basically going to catch up to him pretty fast. And characters that I want to try out more. Like the team that I am waiting with bated breath to come around. Basically, I've told you guys about the Go Busto team that I want to run with, oh, that was a really unfortunate dodge. The Go Busto team that I want to run with Commander Cold and Kelvin. I'm just waiting for the next gold timed event in order to actually launch that team so that I can make sure to finish out that event while I have it all. Look at all of this damage being done to Argenta. I don't like. I'm going to use Salty Seas, give the rest of my pirates a good little heal up. Now, do I want to taunt yet? And the answer is not quite yet, actually. Yep, there we go, because he's taking the damage anyway. So, Hiker has another turn before he gets his heal. And we're just sort of fishing around to get Headley out. Ooh. I think I'm going to wait on Redbeard's ultimate because I think I want to use it against Magisto or Verda instead. Okay. Headley. Look at all these debuffs on Headley. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't taunt with Valiant, otherwise he'd be dead like he is right now. Oh, super unfortunate there, guys. Let's try to get Magisto out of this team. He does have much better defense than, what's his name? Darwin does, but in this case, didn't really matter much. Now, they don't have a high enough heal to save Princess Verda, and unfortunately, no. So she's just going to die on her own on her next turn. So we're not going to waste turns hitting her because she's just going to go down on her own. Like that. Brilliant. Let's go back to Brutus because we have to. And actually, we're just going to auto battle through the rest of this because with the 4 characters that we have left, this should be an easy win. And it is. Unfortunately, we had just that one turn where Valiant gets taken down in one round. So we are going to have to come back to this one next time it is available to us so that we can gold trophy that mission. In the meantime, let's go over into the quests, make sure that we collect all the rest of our rewards, and go into the achievements for the day. Here we go, 100 more energy there. I think now I have enough to actually go in and finish out all those Jester Go-Go nodes. Level 20 Wizard, completing the Scroll Challenge, tier level 7. That's 3 more Magisto tiles. And then another one for completing Gear Challenge 2. How many Magisto tiles do I need now? 41 more tiles. And as you can see, there are several places to get them. 1 more unlocked minifigure, and I get 5 more of them. That's excellent. Brickspedition missions, this looks like a lot, but remember, you do like 10 of them per day, so it's only about a week and a half's worth of Brickspedition. All right, before this energy runs out, let's come in here and claim all the Jester Go-Go nodes. Almost to 6 stars, Jester Go-Go. Almost there. Wait, why did that open? That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. 108 total energy required to get all of your Jester Go-Go tiles all at once. Come on. Do it. There you go. Be a good boy. Alright. Let's do a battle in the arena. Let's see how low we can get. 68 was the lowest one that it seemed was offered to me. Not seeing anything lower than 68, so 68 it is. This team is going to be incredibly easy to beat because you can target any character you want to. There's no tank on this team at all, meaning that we can go for Redbeard right off the bat, switch over to Argenta, and basically auto battle it. So yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Once Redbeard goes down, we're just going to auto battle the rest of this. Because even with the less than perfect AI, it's still going to be pretty easy for us to take care of this, I believe. Alright, we knew that he was going to get his heal off. That's fine. I am going to use Valiant's heal on the rest of my team to give everybody attack up as well. I will not use the cannon because I don't want all the counters. And now I will auto battle with Argenta selected first. Yeah, that was right there. We get our taunt from our Valiant. Their Argenta goes down. We will focus on the Hiker next, followed by Cook Bart, and we will leave Darwin for last. Darwin, remember, gets extra dodge based on the number of other pirates that are on the team with him. But unfortunately, he didn't dodge, and we were too slow to switch anyway. So, worked out. Easy peasy. arena battle. Okay, so here was the last thing that I want to show you before we log off. Unfortunately, it is already 10 o'clock. We spent a number of time going over updates, so I won't be able to finish the whole Brixpedition for you guys live on stream today, but we do want to point out this timed quest and make sure that we understand how it works. Come over here and you should all see that you have Brixpedition Heroes. You've got 6 days, almost a whole week to complete this. Many of you probably started it yesterday when it went live. So, there are a series of goals here that all require that you win Brixpedition missions with space minifigures. The question was, how many minifigures do you have to have on your team in order for it to count? And does it count if we use a buddies character as our space character? And we're going to try that out now. So I'm going to come into the Brixpedition. I don't need any of these first few things. We're going to come to the top. Cosmic says, yes, for Brixpedition Heroes, we only need 1. And that's fine. We're going to see that officially live now so that we can just make sure that everybody sees that's how it works. So for my guild allies, I'm going to come all the way down here to the end, and I'm going to find the weakest guild ally that is a space character and put him on the team. I know a lot of people have space characters that are in here. It looks like somebody's Quincy is actually the weakest space hero that I have at my disposal. So here we go. This entire team is going to be very, very easy to battle. The opponent team is very, very low. So we are just going to auto battle this because everyone's going to get one-shotted anyway. So if I were to try to tell you any sort of like strategy here, it would be meaningless because everything's just going to get one-shotted. So we'll take everyone down one shot at a time. Oh, look at that. That level 52 Quincy did not do enough damage to one-shot a hero. Interesting. So that is one battle down using a space hero as a buddy. Let's see if we get credit for it. It's actually a pretty good idea during this event that everybody, if you have a space hero available to you, please share it. It's probably going to get used more than any of your other heroes right now anyway, as people are trying to complete this, trying to complete this timed quest. So let's come over to Brixpedition Heroes, and there you go. You will see we are now at 1 out of 5. Brilliant. So I'm going to come into my guild, and I am going to share 2 space heroes. I'm going to take my Officer Primo. I don't have any builder space heroes. All right. So your builder cannot be a space hero, at least not for me. But your explorer, I believe, can. So let's go into space. And I am going to share my Kelvin. Is this Kelvin going to be really useful to anybody? No, because she's super weak and can't really do anything. But people can use her in their Brixpedition event just to fill that slot. Especially on this day 1, anybody can use her to throw her in just to make sure that they get the credit. So I am actually going to use her now. Oh, all right, full builder team. I'm going to take out, I'm actually going to replace Sal with my own Argenta. Wow, my own Kelvin. Where did she go? Oh, right, builders. I think I did this one wrong because there are no space builders. Woof, that is definitely my bad. I should have done the lower route that did not require any space characters or any all builder characters because there are no space builders. Guys, something to keep in mind while you are actually going through all of this. Avoid the builder tags while you have this one to do. I'm just going to throw in a random character then on this builder team in order to get through here. I want to get to the next node and make sure that we can use another builder, or another space character before we get out of here. What is my guild called? Digital Imperial Corp is, I believe, the guild that I am in. And now it's full. Simeon. What's up? Simeon Babadzanov? Babadzanov? Did I get that right? Tell me. Your last name is awesome. Babadzanov. We really did not need to use Primo's ultimate there, but his AI is terrible, and we did anyway. Great. We get out with no loss. Now, while the levels are still relatively easy, I want to make sure to throw in my own Kelvin. Yeah. Level 31, gear level 4. We're going to come back up here. And I am going to throw in my Kelvin for a little while instead of the Darwin. You know what? I think I'm actually going to level up my Kelvin just a little bit. Not too much, because I'm trying to save all that cash, as I pointed out to you guys before, as you guys have heard me say. But I will level her up just a little bit. I'm not going to spend a full million on her. Let's put her up to 40. And let's put her up to gear level 4 or so. Just because I know I can here. I'll leave her at 2 stars for the time being. I just want to make it a little bit harder for her to just get knocked out so that I can basically drag her through this event and get the credit for all of this. And then once she goes down, which might happen toward the end here, I'm going to replace her with the rest of my guild allies who are all using, and remember, Locust. A lot of people share Locust. A lot of people have a very powerful Locust. And Locust would be an excellent one for you to be sharing. He counts as that space hero. Here we go. Kelvin is in. He counts as that space hero, which is awesome. And he's a pretty decent character. And most people have him at a very, very high level. So Locust is a great one to share. Any of the space characters, whoever your strongest space character is, share him now so that people can help finish off their timed quest. Okay, how much damage? Everyone's dealing very little damage, taking a lot of damage. So we're still going to auto battle this. I am going to keep my finger over the auto battle button though, in case I need to swap out here to make sure that my Kelvin stays alive. But I don't think we'll have much of a problem for a while. Bingo, bingo, dunzo. Posted to the main channel. Sorry, the guild is full. Yes, we are full at the moment. But keep posting there if you want to join, because we are accepting new people on a regular basis. Okay, hold on a second. Level 51, gear level 6 is what I have coming up, followed by an easy node. Ooh, this one requires pirates and ninjas, which means that I will have to use a buddy here. Level 52, come down here to 46. 51 and 52 at the end, and then 49 at the end here. All right. So let's see which team is less likely to kill my Kelvin. And it looks like it's going to be this one. So we'll come in here, and as a guild ally, we'll throw in someone who is actually useful, because we want to make sure to the best of our ability to keep our Kelvin alive. Alive! Yeti can taunt. That's really what we're focusing on here. We don't actually need the Yeti to survive. We just need to try and avoid as much damage to Kelvin as we can. So, select a target hero. They gain damage block. It might be worth actually doing that to Kelvin herself. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because her damage is going to be relatively low. This will just make it so that she has an easier chance of surviving all of the damage. Yeti will go ahead and put the taunt on him now, because Argenta and Verta are both going to do AoE attacks. Deal damage to the target foe, plus bonus damage. Yeah, we're going to deal this one. Try and get... Let's try and get Redbeard out. Brilliant, Dunzo. I'm going to now put the Lucy on their Princess Argenta. Yeah, there's that damage block coming into effect. Excellent. Let's remove some turn meter from her. Oh, with the dodge. Unfortunate. But hopefully, if we did this right, it looks like we will be able to prevent Kelvin from dying. Just an added little challenge onto our day one Brickspedition, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine indeed. I'm going to use my heal now, which is great because my Yeti has taunt. They only have single target damage available to them, which means the rest of my characters, the ones I want to continue on through the Brickspedition, are all safe. This is going to be the way that we actually continue on through the Brickspedition today, using space characters from the rest of the guild as our guild allies, if and when my Kelvin goes down. Otherwise, using the rest of the allies at our disposal so that I can get the credit for having the space person on my team from having Kelvin on my team. Before I let you guys go, I am going to come in here and do one more arena battle. This should finish out my quests for the day, allowing me to open a premium bag live for you. Let's see which team we have at our disposal here. 57 looks like the lowest. 58, however, looks like an actual easier team to fight. So we might actually go with 58, especially because the event is live right now for wins. 57 here. Let's see. There's going to be a lot of people in stealth, dealing a fair amount of damage. Locust. Yeah, I think I'd rather fight the level 50, the rank 58 team. And this is what we're going to do. So we're going to come in here. We're going to target down Redbeard first. And then Magisto second, if we can get to him. Depending on where their Valiant has his taunt at that point. So, if everybody hits, which they now won't because we have a clumsy on our Cook Bart, which means our Cook Bart is going to miss. Which means, I think I'm actually going to have to stun Valiant because I don't know if Lucy is going to do enough damage to take down their Redbeard. And the most important thing to me at this point is actually taking down their Redbeard first. Now that they have their main heal out of the game, now I can take them down. I am now going to... Let's see if I can get lucky and lock Valiant out of taunt. I do! Brilliant. He is relatively low. Might be smart to finish him off, except that, no, I think it's going to be smarter for me to take down Magisto first. Magisto's going to do more damage. Did take a risk by not cleansing everybody, but it looks like that risk has paid off. Now, okay, I think we're going to go for Cook Bart next. I really don't think that the counter damage from Locust is going to be enough to make a difference at this point, but he'll only have it for one turn, and he's locked out of his abilities for that turn anyway. So we'll wait until his counter wears off, then we'll come in and take him down, forcing him to use his heal. We can then use Lucy to finish him off, and now come in here and take down Cook Bart. Boom. Without losing any of our team members. Excellent. I believe this is going to give us another timed quest level achievement because that is currently active. And let's see where we go. Alrighty. Quests. 2 completed. First one for arena battles, done. Second one for our Redbeard tiles plus our premium bag, which I will open here for you in just 1 second. And Grand Champion, win 3 arena battles, getting it done. Guys, there's only a total of 2 days available for you to do Grand Champion. This is not designed for free-to-play players. in order to complete Grand Champion all the way in 2 days, you have to win 20 arena battles. You only get 5 per day, meaning that you are going to get 10 out of those 20 for free. First off, you have to win every single one of those. Secondly, you will have to spend 50 gems to refresh your arena attempts each day, and you will have to win all 5 of those as well in order to complete this Grand Champion event. So keep that in mind. If you are rushing to try to get to this top award where you get these 3 tier 4 set tools and this 1 Quincy tile, then you will have to shell out gems to do it. There is no other option. No matter how good your arena team is, even if you're number 1 or number 1,000, you must spend gems in order to do it. If you don't want to spend gems, don't worry about Grand Champion too much. Use the 10 free ones that you get, and you might be able to get up to here, winning 9, which would mean that you get some arena currency, some gear that you probably don't need, but most importantly, some event currency, which you probably do. So let's come in here for our very last thing on the stream today, and let's open this premium bag and see what we get. Will it be more Laqua tiles? Please, for the love of God, do not give me Laqua tiles. We get Businessman Trent tiles instead. Don't need those either, but at least they're not Laqua tiles. I've gotten Laqua tiles the last 3 days in a row from opening these premium bags. That is just terrible. And looking at the drop rates here, there are tons of characters here that I could actually use tiles of, and I just don't get any of them. I always get the ones that I already have, which seems a bit silly. But eventually we will be rounding out our whole roster and working on getting as much master currency as we can. I really do want Will of the Witch at some point. I believe that there is a spooky castle meta team in there that is very, very rough, and I look forward to trying it one of these days. That's what I have for you today. We are at about 10:20 a.m. New York time. If you're looking to exercise, look for my fiance's stream coming up here in about 40 minutes. She's cute too, as you guys have seen from time to time when she shows up. I like her a lot. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. New York time, we will be back, and we will be doing our final preparations before the timed event begins for spending coin. Unfortunately, that means that that event will go live on Monday, so I will be spending all of my coin off stream, which is unfortunate, but who knows? Maybe if I can figure it out, I might do a special one. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out with Kelsey and see if it's possible for me to do it, because I think that that might be an exciting one because we have so much stuff to level up. Namely, these first few characters here, Master Burnibus, Jester Gogo. Well, Master Burnibus, I actually leveled up all the way by accident the other day. But money to spend on Jester Gogo, Magisto, Dr. Kelvin, Commander Cold. Look at all these star ranks I have to improve. Look at all the gear that I have to put on people. Kelvin lacking whatever this piece of gear is. Let's figure out what that is real fast. Lofty Pretzel 2. I have a lot of things to do. Upgrading people's abilities, upgrading sets. Lots of money to spend. I don't actually know if I have enough, which is why I've been hoarding all these gems. Look at these 3,000 gems that I have here, burning a hole in my pocket. You've seen me spending like 200 gems a day on refreshes for energy so that I can get more Kelvin, get more Commander Cold. Ugh. So much excitement coming. Almost at level 54. That means more money being spent. The coins are crazy. And the coin crunch is still large and in charge. But at least we'll be able to complete that timed event. Whew! Alright guys, let's get out of here. Can someone in Minifigure Empire make a new guild? Tio, actually ME has like 15 guilds right now. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but it's pretty high. If you are interested in joining one of the ME guilds, who are you supposed to talk to? I actually don't remember. Cosmic or anybody else who's in one of the ME guilds. If you know who the person is to talk to about joining one of the ME guilds, please let Tio know. I know that they are going to ask you to snapshot a picture of your roster because the guilds are put together in order of sort of seniority is not the real word, not the right word, but like advancement, so to speak. It looks like right now, oh, never mind. It looks like right now there are 4 Minifigure Empire guilds. I do not know if all of them are full or not. I know that we got rid of a couple. I say we. I'm only in one of them. But I know that Minifigure Empire got rid of a couple of guilds recently because they were sort of falling behind. But who knows? Reach out to somebody there. If you want to join ME, post in #application. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Tio, you are in our guild. I use your shared heroes from time to time. That's right. So yes, for everybody else who wants to join Minifigure Empire, we're not trying to take over the game or anything. I mean, there's literally no way to do that. There's no guild battles right now. So at the moment, joining Minifigure Empire is really just a way to coordinate stuff. Sometimes they do coordinate the arena shard. That is only really important if you're in the top 20 or so. Otherwise, it doesn't really make a difference. We do use the Discord channel in order to coordinate sharing different members. So things like right now, how it's very useful if you're sharing a space character so that people can use that in Brixpedition. That's the kind of thing that we would try to coordinate as a member of the guild. So if you want to join any of the Minifigure Empire guilds, join the Minifigure Empire Discord server, put in a note in the #application channel, and someone should respond to you. Either they'll tell you we're full, which I actually don't know if we are or not. I'm not a Minifigure Empire officer. I'm just a content creator. Or if there's enough interest, they might start a new guild for everybody. Who knows? But do that if you want to. Otherwise, I will see everybody tomorrow, 9 a.m. New York time, as we prepare for the Timed Quest coin extravaganza. Later, everyone.